Ken Barry truly hated her more than anyone. Ken Barry was born Kenneth Ronald Barry on November 3, 1933, in Moline, Illinois, was a beloved actor and dancer, best known for his work in television sitcoms during the 1960s and 1970s. His career spanned decades, and his legacy endures through his impressive body of work, marked by charm, talent, and a natural sense of humor. Although he was primarily recognized for his roles in lighthearted, family-friendly television, Ken Barry's impact on the entertainment industry is far-reaching, as his effortless appeal resonated with a wide range of audiences. Ken Barry grew up in a small town in Illinois, where his love for performing began early on. His mother, who was a singer, recognized his talents at a young age and encouraged him to pursue a career in the arts. After high school, Ken moved to Los Angeles, where he hoped to find work in the entertainment industry. Initially working as a dancer and chorus member in various stage productions, he quickly garnered attention for his dancing skills. His natural charisma and ability to captivate an audience made him stand out among his peers, and it wasn't long before Hollywood came calling. His early career saw him appearing in several films and TV shows, often in minor or supporting roles. Despite facing challenges and stiff competition in the industry, Ken's perseverance paid off when he landed a role in the Broadway musical Funny Girl in 1964, which led to further opportunities in both television and film. Ken's breakthrough came with the role of Captain Wilton Parmenter on the popular television series F Troop, 1965 to 1967, a military comedy set in the Old West. Although the show was short-lived, lasting only 2 seasons, it showcased Ken Barry's comedic timing, lighthearted nature, and knack for physical humor. His portrayal of the bumbling but lovable captain became iconic, and it introduced him to a larger television audience. Following the cancellation of F Troop, Ken found success in a series of other television shows, most notably Mayberry RFD, 1968 to 1971, a spin-off of the immensely popular The Andy Griffith Show. In this series, Ken played the role of Sam Jones, a widowed farmer who became the backbone of a small-town community. The role allowed Ken to display his ability to balance comedy with warmth and sincerity, which made him a beloved figure on television. Mayberry RFD became a hit with audiences, and it solidified Ken Barry's place in television history. Ken Barry continued to work in television throughout the 1970s and 1980s. He starred in the sitcom The Ken Barry Wow Show, 1972, which was a variety show that showcased his singing, dancing, and comedic talents. Although the show didn't enjoy long-term success, it allowed Ken to demonstrate his versatility as an entertainer. He also appeared in various guest roles in television series like The Love Boat, The Golden Girls, and Mama's Family, a show that was particularly dear to him. On Mama's Family, he played the role of Vinton Harper, a character who added to the dynamic of the quirky Harper family. His role on Mama's Family resonated with viewers, and he continued to receive love from fans who appreciated his comedic timing and easygoing demeanor. In addition to his television work, Ken Barry was also known for his appearances in films, most notably in The Cat from Outer Space, 1978, and Herbie, The Love Bug, 1974, both of which showcased his trademark charm and friendly persona. However, it was his skill as a dancer that earned him the most praise. In numerous film roles, Ken's grace and athleticism were apparent, further solidifying his reputation as a gifted entertainer. Ken Barry was known for his humble and down-to-earth personality. He maintained a relatively private life outside of his career, with his focus remaining on his work and his love for family. He was married twice, first to actress Jackie Joseph, with whom he had 2 children, and later to actress and singer, Karen Morrow, with whom he had a daughter. Despite his successful career, Ken was often described by colleagues and friends as a person who was kind-hearted, genuine, and free from the usual Hollywood pretensions. His love for performing never waned, and he continued to work in television and film well into the later stages of his career. Ken Barry, the beloved actor known for his roles in popular television series like F Troop, Mayberry RFD, and Mama's Family, carried a reputation for being a kind, soft-spoken, and warm individual. He was the type of actor that people admired for his charm and humility both on and off the screen. However, despite his congenial nature, there was one person in his life that he reportedly despised more than anyone: Frances Bavier, the actress best known for portraying Aunt Bee on The Andy Griffith Show. This revelation came as a surprise to fans, as both actors shared the screen in Mayberry RFD, a spin-off of The Andy Griffith Show. The source of Ken Berry's disdain for Frances Bavier was rooted in their personal and professional interactions. While the two never explicitly aired their grievances in public, accounts from people close to the actors have hinted at a long-standing tension between them. Bavier, who was known for her strong opinions and often difficult personality, seemed to clash with Berry's more easygoing nature. Berry, who enjoyed a sense of camaraderie with most of his fellow cast members, found it challenging to work with Bavier, whose moodiness and standoffish demeanor created an uncomfortable working environment on set. Frances Bavier had a reputation for being difficult, not just with Berry, but with many of her co-stars, particularly toward the end of her career. Known to be highly private and somewhat reclusive, she often distanced herself from her colleagues, leading to feelings of alienation among the cast. She insisted on strict professionalism, which at times bordered on coldness, and she could be harsh in her criticism of others. These qualities may have been exacerbated as she aged, and her increasingly irritable behavior began to grate on Berry, who valued teamwork and harmony on set. Ken Berry's dislike for Bavier was reportedly so intense that it was said to have affected their on-screen chemistry. Although their characters in Mayberry RFD were not always directly interacting, there was a noticeable lack of warmth between them in the few scenes they shared. Berry, being a professional, continued to do his job with dedication, but it became clear to those behind the scenes that the tension between him and Bavier was unavoidable. Berry, who was generally well liked by his peers, often vented his frustrations to close friends and colleagues about Bavier's condescending and, at times, rude behavior, though he rarely let these feelings show publicly. Frances Bavier, on the other hand, seemed indifferent to Berry's feelings toward her. She continued her work on Mayberry RFD, as she had on The Andy Griffith Show, maintaining her rigid approach to acting and her demanding presence. She didn't make many attempts to befriend her co-stars, and she was known for retreating to her dressing room between takes, seldom engaging with others. While Berry found this aloofness difficult to tolerate, Bavier viewed it as simply maintaining a professional distance. After Mayberry RFD concluded, the two actors went their separate ways, and it is said that Berry never spoke of Bavier fondly after their time together. While both had their successes in the entertainment industry, their working relationship remained a sore spot for Berry. In later years, when Berry was asked about his time on Mayberry RFD, he often praised his experience but conspicuously left out any mention of Bavier. To those who knew the behind-the-scenes story, it was a clear indicator of the lasting animosity he harbored toward her. In contrast to the generally fond memories Berry's colleagues had of him, the relationship with Frances Bavier stood as a rare blemish in his otherwise harmonious career. His hatred for her, though never openly acknowledged in public forums, became one of the more talked-about aspects of their time on Mayberry RFD among cast and crew. While Berry will always be remembered for his good-natured persona and impressive body of work, the bitterness he felt toward Bavier is an intriguing and perhaps surprising chapter in his life, showing that even the most amiable individuals have their breaking points when faced with difficult colleagues. Ken passed away on December 1, 2018, at the age of 85. His death was a significant loss to the entertainment world, but his legacy lives on through his timeless work in television. Fans, colleagues, and friends remember him fondly for his wit, kindness, and professionalism. His contributions to television and the arts are remembered with great affection, and his work continues to inspire new generations of performers.